Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, Maiden for the STA Ryan Great Plains. Got it from Tower Hobbies. I snuck this one on. If you watch my updated 2025 hangar tour, I went over the plane a little bit. I gave an explanation about the vibration that's in here, that it's actually the cowl. It's not the prop spinner or the motor mount. It's actually this cowling that kind of vibrates. But then again, wooden planes are a little more noisy than foam planes. But we're going to take it up. We'll go, all the materials, servos, everything I used will be in the description of the video, minus the two, I think they're 14-gram servo, Metal Gear servos that I drove the elevator and rudder with. They are actually from crashed planes that I'm using them, but I'll put links in for the two 12-gear Metal Gear servos, micro servos that I'm using for the ailerons. She took me 7 hours to put together because I'm not all that skilled at these kind of planes. So this is my, I've had a couple of, I've had a handful of wooden planes before. The successful ones were the OMP Decathlon, which was easy, but that's almost as easy as putting together any foam plane. And then I had the Dancing Wings Scorch that never didn't make it past its maiden. That was a pile of crap. And then I had the Dancing Wing, the trainer stick, the green and white one. It flew great. I had problems with it, but it flew great, and I ended up selling it. But this is my first real good quality Great Plains model. It's branded by Tower Hobbies, but it's made by Great Plains. Right, left, up, down, right, left. Going to fly in my high rates. We'll talk about all that. And she's got the AR631 60 amp Spektrum smart receiver, and she's running a 3200 with a 50C 4S Spektrum smart pack. Right, left, up, down. Like I say, I'm a little nervous, so first time in the air. I've taxied her. I'm going to drive away to do a range test down my street, but that's all I've done. Hear that vibration? The prop is perfectly balanced. Spinner's balanced. Everything is just that there's a vibration in that cowling. So that is a beautiful, beautiful plane though. All right.
Timer reset.
Okay, got to get on that rudder as soon as she gets the tail off. Here we go. Yeah, I'm in the way, sorry. A little left for aileron. Definitely need to work a little rudder in your turn. And she's flying pretty good though. A little up elevator needed. Like I say, it's just the Maiden, so. Got her up several mistakes high. Yeah, I'm very nervous because
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Just haven't flown anything like this before. Flying pretty good though. Very windy. And I'm dealing with a cross breeze, but then again, that's what I get, you know. All right, I'm going to cross over in front of the camera. Staying on my rudder. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Good flying plane. Definitely a good Maiden. Let's take her off again and finish this flight up. I just had to see just how she's trimmed. She needs a little bit of, I think if I remember right aileron. All right. I love the checkers underneath the wings.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, she's flying good. There, knife edge, no problem.
Time remaining 1 minute.
All right, let's go a landing pass. You definitely got to stay on your rudder. I probably could go in there and put
30
some
seconds.
aileron to elevator mixes in, but I don't like doing that. The only mixes I really like are with the nose wheel and the gyro, and also in elevator to flat mix. That's a good flying plane. Well, they always say Balsa flies better.
20 seconds.
Now I have a smart ESC, so I could program reverse thrust, but why?
Prop is secured.
All right.
Safe to approach.
We have 19 seconds left on a 4-minute timer. Let's go back to the bench and we'll talk about this flight, this very successful maiden flight of the Tower Hobby is one that sells it, but it's a Great Plains brand Ryan STA. All right, let's go back and talk about it. All right, before we begin, show you my mistakes I made in putting the plane together. I had a hardest time trying to get these wheel pants on, and so the work I did, I ended up anchoring everything down, ended up just caking it with hot glue to lock it in. And hot glue works really well on these planes, but it really it just looks ugly when you're up close. But the gear is rock solid. Now these are noisy, okay, and to combat, this was much louder. The vibration was much worse, and I determined that it is in this cowling, this fiberglass cowling, the way it sits. So I've got a bead of hot glue. And I know you builder guys will be like, oh, you know, I got a bead of hot glue all the way around to lock that cowling down. The vibration is much less than what it was. Now, if I need to service the motor or anything, all I have to do is pour alcohol on that hot glue, and that'll come off like a rubber gasket. It'll just come right off, and I can reapply a new one. Actually screwed in the the windshield, and Norman there, he's just from another extra thing. I just put him in. I also had a really hard time. I did my hinges wrong. I mean, they're secure. I mean, the plane holds good. But I forgot about, you put your hinges in, you test fit them first, which I did, but I glued in one side let that dry, and then didn't make sure I had the other side lined up. So I had the hardest time trying to line them. I should have put them both in, got them centered with a pin, and then let CA wick into both sides and done on both sides. Had I done that, I wouldn't have had this horrible gap, but they're in there. They're not going anywhere. I did, however, do it with a rudder, and it's fine. So I am a little leery knowing that my main control surface, my elevator, it's okay. To show you my battery placement, my inside setup, I have a 3200 4S with a 30C 1/4 of the way tucked underneath the canopy here, an AR631 Spektrum receiver. Underneath the motor mount, zip tied to it, is a 60 amp Spektrum Smart ESC, and then the Avian motor that they recommend. I think it has 850 kV, but I don't remember the full numbers, but that will be in the description of the video. Okay, CG on this plane, I do have those numbers. I actually wrote them on the underside of the wing. CG is 60 to 67 millimeters back from the leading edge, which is basically right where that spar is. And so when I put my fingers on those marks, she's pretty darn good. I mean, it's maybe starting to favor nose heavy, but with this type of plane or warbird type design, yeah, that's what you want. All right. Now, the plane rates that I flew in, the regular plane rates, not the safe, just the regular plane rates that I flew in. Like I say, timer was set for 4 minutes. We'll get a battery report in a second. The regular rates, I had 125 with 40% expo on the ailerons. For the rudder, or the elevator, I have 80%, which is more than enough, with 40% expo. And my rudder is 125 with 40% expo. Okay? Now, the AS3X Plus settings. Pretty much left them by default, because that's really good for a regular traditional plane. My gains, well, actually I did reduce them. My gains are down from 40 to 30 on the roll, from 50 to 35 on the pitch, and from 60 to 50 on the yaw. My priority, I reduced them from 140 to 120 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Okay. Stop, lock, and release, 35 on all. And the stop lock was 35 on all. The release, I left it default to 55, 55, and 75 for yaw. Did not change any other settings. So that was my settings. And timer was set for 4 minutes. We flew it 19 seconds shy of a 4-minute flight. And this was the maiden flight. Let's see what kind of... Oh gosh, I have 67% left in that battery. So 6 minutes, 7 minutes if you're easy on it. Yeah, I would definitely set my timer for 6.5 minutes and call it a day. So I'm happy with that. So 6.5 minutes and you're good to go. So I'm just going to go ahead real quick. And it's too bright to show you, but all you do is you go to your timer and just pick your time. From 4 minutes, 6, and I'm going to set the seconds for 30. All right, folks. Well, there you go. That is the very successful Maiden of the sold by Tower Hobbies, but the Great Plains brand of the Ryan STA. I want to say it's a 48-inch wingspan. I don't really remember it right now. But like I say, all the specs about the plane will be in the description of the video. I'm not an affiliate with Tower Hobbies. I'm not an affiliate with them. I won't be able to, but I will put a link for your convenience. She was sold for $250 for years and years, and suddenly they took her back to the original price of $179, and I jumped on her and went ahead and bought all the other stuff for her. All right, well, y'all have a good one. God bless y'all. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends. Some old school planes that I'm now really have an appreciation for with new tech inside. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.